Hi, I'm Elizabeth Herod with Purpose Parenting. I help parents have a more joyful, less stressful relationship with their child. Today, I'm really excited about talking to you about how to set up self-directed learning environments for children of all ages that will make your child and you have an amazing fall together. Ready to go? My first tip as a former teacher and homeschool parent of my own children is this. Notice when your child's eyes light up. When you see that fire, that spark, that passion, when they can't stop talking about something, whatever it is, find ways to support your child's interests in that. You can look on the internet, at libraries, documentaries, books, experts in whatever it is your child is interested in. For some kids, it's horses, could be ballet, could be soccer. I know a kid who was fascinated with lighting and another who was obsessed with vacuum cleaners. It doesn't matter what your child is passionate about. You can set up a very successful, wonderful learning environment for your child by starting with their interest and supporting them in every possible way you can think of. Out of that will come math, reading, writing, map reading, cooking, growing of food, outdoor games. The list of possibilities is endless. It all starts by building your child's self-directed learning environment on what they're passionate about when their eyes light up. And what that means is that they'll be learning from a place of intrinsic motivation, where they want to be learning about what they're learning. And even if something is a stretch, something they're not as excited or they find challenging, if the starting point is their passion, their interest, they'll be willing to get over hurdles that they wouldn't be willing to get over otherwise, because it's what they're passionate about, what they want to know more about. If you set up a learning environment based on intrinsic motivation, you'll eliminate or really minimize that resentment that you might feel sometimes when you ask your child to do something that they don't want to do. When it's coming from outside them, they might push against it. But when it's intrinsically motivated, they'll want to be involved in it. So you're right off the bat, you're having fewer power struggles and kids are learning and really enjoying how they're spending their time. One word for this is called autonomy supportive parenting. It's really supporting the autonomy of your self-directed learner so that they want to do the tasks that they are decided to do that day. And so you're not having that resistance where you're tugging them around and me versus you and getting into all sorts of conflict. One way that I did this with my own children, I'll just give you this little practical tip. We'd sit down at the kitchen table every night with our to-do list. And we'd say, what do we want to do tomorrow? And I would make my list. I've got to send that email. I want to make sure I do a load of laundry. I got to stop by the pharmacy and pick up the prescription, whatever things are on my list. And they watch me put things on my list. And they put things on their list. Now, if a child is 3, this process is going to look different than if a child is 13. You know your child and what they're capable of doing. You might have to write the list. They might type the list. They might draw pictures of what is on their list. But somehow they give themselves a wonderful day following their own intrinsic motivation, their own passions and interests. It might look like this. I want to finish building that Lego tower. I want to read at least 2 chapters in my Harry Potter book. I want to make sure I call Grandpa because I know tomorrow's his birthday. I want to make cookies. So I'm going to Google recipes and find out how to make cookies. And I'm going to ask my mom to buy the ingredients for the cookies. So, Mom, could I put this on your agenda? Could you please go by the grocery store tomorrow? And I need chocolate chips, flour, and eggs. And I write down their agenda, the item that they put on my list. So I make sure that I do things that help them support their day and what they're passionate about for their day tomorrow. So then I might add something to their list. I might say, could you please walk the dog and fold that basket of laundry that's in your floor of your room. So they add that to their list. And oh yeah, Mom, in addition to the chocolate chips, could you please get me some orange construction paper? Because I have a project that I want to finish and it needs orange construction paper. So I put that on my list. So the next morning we wake up, we have a healthy breakfast, and we each set about doing things that are on our list that we've put there. So the Lego tower gets built and the email gets sent and the laundry gets done, and I go pick up the chocolate chips and they make the cookies and they walk the dog. And that night we get together and we say, how was your day? My day was great. And what did you cross off your list? Oops, I forgot to buy the orange construction paper when I was out. So put that on my list for tomorrow and add to your list for tomorrow to remind me. I need to get that orange construction paper. I forgot to get it today. And your child says, I walked the dog, but I forgot to fold the laundry. If that were my child, I would give them the choice. If you run get that laundry basket right now, we can turn on your favorite song on the radio and fold that laundry right away and just get that job done so you can cross it off. Chances are your child is going to pick that option because it gets the job done in a fun way where they're only folding half the clothes, you're folding the other half, and the work gets done. But let's just say that they put it off and they say, no, I'd rather do it tomorrow. And they put it on their list for tomorrow. Next night rolls around and they still haven't folded the laundry. I could choose to get angry at my child and say, why didn't you do that laundry? You never do your laundry. And that would have one outcome. Can you kind of imagine how a child's going to feel if they forgot the second time? Or maybe there's some reason why they don't want to fold the laundry. They don't feel like they know how to fold the laundry. They have questions. I would ask my child, what's keeping you from doing this laundry? I would assume that they want to get it done. And I would find out what's keeping them from doing it. Do you need to set a reminder? Do you want me to show you how to do it? Do you want to turn on a fun show while you do it? Get at that resistance. Why is the child putting that task off? Something that I've learned by working with children of all ages for more than 40 years now is when the motivation comes from inside a child, intrinsic motivation, they are highly excited to do the tasks. When I am directing them and telling them, you need to do this to please me because it's on my agenda for you to do today, it's very hard to motivate children to do things, and it's always a struggle. Resentment builds up, and depending on the age of the child, this just can get worse and worse as they are trying to become a more autonomous person in the world. And instead of struggling against your agenda for them, let them put things on their own agenda for the day. And trust me, they will learn so much more than if it's fighting against you and you're assigning them a task. So if you have questions about self-directed learning environments and how to set them up, you can reach me at elizabeth@purposeparenting.net. You can go to my website, purposeparenting.net, and I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. And at the bottom, there's my phone number if you want to give me a call or text me. I'd really love to talk to you more about how to set up self-directed learning environments. And I'm excited for you to have a joyful, less stressful relationship with your child this fall. Thanks for listening and take care.